please throw rock at me, but I have to contradict this statement. All of you out there do think that the hard part is to actually getting under the cold shower, or getting into the running session, or getting into the gym, or starting the business, to sitting down to do the hard things, or to sit down for a meditation, or to pick up a book and read something that is boring or could be considered as boring. I want to contradict this statement, brothers and sisters. I want to contradict this statement because this is not true. This is not true. Brothers and sisters, I would like to share my opinion about this. I've been living like a monk for more than half a year, meaning that I'm just pretty much living a pleasureless life. It means that I'm just simply cutting out the pleasures and the unnecessary dopamines as much as I can, meaning zero social media, zero YouTube, zero social life, like zero distractions, like zero things. And I'll be clear, honest with you. Pretty much every single day I'm waking up, I'm working out, and I work on my business. By the end of the day, I eat. I'm doing one meal a day, and I'm pretty much like living like a monk, brother. Like I have pretty much zero things in my life. The only thing I do have is my business, working out, and thinking, and philosophizing, and learning, and growing. So, brothers and sisters, what I found and how I would like to contradict this statement is that the actual thing that is hard is not to jump under the culture, or not to come out here and run despite you don't have. I definitely have a calorie deficit. I have constipation in my stomach yesterday, perhaps too much protein, whatever. The point is that zero freaking mood to do this thing. But, and here comes the big but, I do not really have anything. I do not really have any other place to get my pleasures from throughout my day. And my brain is used to this. To get the pleasures from somewhere. Our brain is hardwired this way, to get the dopamine in some shape or form. And so the actual hard thing to finally finish up this contradictory point of view that I would like to come up over here is that it is not hard to do the hard things. It is hard to cut out the high pleasure things. It is not hard to do the hard things. It is hard to cut out the high pleasure things. Because currently, if my brain, or for example today, if my brain would be getting used to that, hey bro, like during these days I'm like, I'm jumping under the warm blanket, I'm ordering a burger, and I'm watching Netflix all day long. You know, I could do that. Whatever, I can make the calls tomorrow too. I don't have too many calls to do this week. It's like, I could be doing that too. But my brain is not used to that. So radically, I'll be just cutting out all of the pleasures, like pornography. After that, I've cut out the YouTube black hole. After that, I cut out social media. Then the unnecessary partying, the unnecessary cravings. And I'm very cautious, or would say mindful with my dopamine. It's like, what kind of pleasures do I allow to myself? Because if you can teach to your brain that, hey man, like this is the way how you can get the dopamines, then your brain consciously, unconsciously will lean towards craving the hard activities. This is how I'm not necessarily craving, but subconsciously I know that I have to run. And this is the subconscious feeling that my brain needs this reward. Simple as this. And if I'm going through this running session, however shitty I might feel, or however my thoughts would be regarding to, hey man, I'm supposed to be doing something else, they're all gone because my brain got the reward. And if you can rewire yourself to get your rewards from the harder activities, then you won the game. Then you can do whatever the freaking hell you want, because you will have discipline. And the hard thing is discipline again. It's not necessarily to wake up every single day. It is not necessarily to do the workout every single day, to work on your business every single day, to do the things every single day. But the hard thing is to cut out every single thing else, so therefore you do not have anything else to run from this thing. So therefore you have to face it again and again and again. It's kind of like you are just pretty much putting yourself into this cage, and you are not allowing yourself to do anything else. And after a while, you will get used to this, brother. You will get used to getting your dopamines from the hard activities. You will get used to cut out all the BS from your life. You will get used to live like a freaking monk. And brothers and sisters, this is something funny, because today, I'll be honest with you, I woke up and I was like, man, like, I really do not, like, honestly do not want to do anything. I'm feeling tired as hell. I don't want to do anything. I just like, man, like, I do not want to do this. And after that, I got an idea popping inside my head and I was like, man, like, I have to wake up. I woke up, I started working on my business. Boom. Turns out that I figured out the problem. Boom. What to do now? Now that I got this thing, okay, bro, let me check that client who didn't really want to pay that next week. Check up the client. Boof, another dopamine. Okay, now get the running session. Now, boom, another dopamine. Okay, now go back home, get the cold showers done. Boom, another session. Go back home, get the calls done. Boom, another dopamine. And this is how you work. And so now that your brain knows, and now that your brain only has these places to get the dopamines and the pleasures from, it is not seeking to anywhere else. It is not looking to anywhere else to get the dopamines from. And so this is the trick, brothers and sisters. This is the trick. You don't need motivational books. You don't need this thing. Bro, just like cut out the pleasures straight. Like cut out the pleasures straight. This is it. And this is why I did. And another thing to finish up all these ideas. The actual philosophy behind me not allowing these pleasures to myself is that it is so hard to get back. It is so hard to get back. I clearly remember back then, like a year ago and 2 years ago, especially when I've been partying hard, I had this period when I was like, man, I can't wait for the weekend. And after weekend was on, I was like, I can't wait for another weekend. And so throughout the week, I just like can't wait for the weekend. And this is the mood, and this is the mode that I'm in, because I'm used to doing these things. And after that, all the Mondays are so hard, and this is so hard to work out, to jump under the cold showers. But if you're doing that consistently day after day after day after day, then you can just switch yourself to this mode of disciplined, mindful mode of living. Disciplined, mindful mode of living. And so this way you can survive pretty much everything. You will become a mentally tough motherfucker, I'll be honest with you. And this is somewhere mental toughness, at least due to my experimentation. Can you feel that when you're feeling so good during the weekend and you're like getting back to work and like, man, like I do not want to do this. So this is the actual philosophy. I'm not telling to you that I will die like this. I'm not telling to you that this is the best way to live. I'm telling you that this is the most freaking productive way that I've been able to find, and currently the most peaceful too. And I'll be honest with you, brothers and sisters, if you might not die like this, then being mindful with your dopamines and being mindful with the activities that you are doing is really the path. It's really the path. Because if you're just starting new thing, it's like you're weak up here because you're not persistent enough to get the dopamine. So for example, if I'm quitting just before like 200 meters, just before I hit my running goal for today, my brain will not get the dopamine, because inside my brain I will consider it that, hey man, I didn't get the thing done. No dopamines. I mean, definitely not the level that I would have gotten if I would have gone through the running session. And so this is the thing, and it is determined with 200 meters. And so the same thing with everything. Like, if you are teaching this to yourself, then you will learn how to stick with things too, because if you're sticking through the things, then the reward will come. It is only the amount of problems that you will have to solve before the actual thing, so for it to be rewarding. So for example, it might be a business process. You will, hey bro, like I'll just retype this email copy. No, brother. You will have to work around the whole workflow. You will have to call 5 people, and you will have to do all these things. But it might take a whole day instead of 2 hours. But if you're getting that thing done, then you will be getting the dopamine after that. And so this is how you're teaching to yourself also to go through the things and to stick with the things. This is the actual shit, brothers. Teach to yourself how to go through the things. How? By eliminating the pleasures, the unnecessary pleasures, and being mindful with your dopamines. Brothers and sisters, all of my love, needed to share this message with you, and best.